All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to What's the Word? Welcome back to the Jam. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host with the mostest, Uncle Black 215. Be back in this thing one more time. And today's episode is going to be hit a little bit different because it's not going to be what I usually do here. You know, we just do the wrestling reviews, but today got something on my mind, something on my thoughts, something that I definitely just want to, get off my proverbial nipples. Yes, I said that. And so welcome back to What's the Word? In today's episode, we will be discussing the NXT class of 2025, is what I like to call them, as far as the recent call-ups in WWE. So with that being said, I go by Uncle Black 215. Welcome back to the Jam. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to What's the Word? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know what time it is again. It's the NXT class of 2025. Draftees, if you will, the draft class. And I feel like we got to kick it off with, some of the folks that have already made it to the main roster, or at least we see them already on there killing it as we knew they could. Let's say Roxanne Perez. I feel like she's up there right now, crushing it on Monday Night Raw and the Judgment Day, getting it in. So definitely had to shout out her. Who else? Carmelo Hayes over there on SmackDown, putting on classics every time he gets in the darn ring. So at that point, again, another great superstar up on the main roster. Ilya Dragunov has had quite the run since his time in NXT. I mean, listen, this U.S. title open challenge that he's getting into is straight fisticuffs, straight flying H-bombs. I think that's what this move is called. Definitely somebody who was improved since his time back in the land of the black and the gold. And how else? Who could I not forget? I'm sorry, I can't forget about the badass Braun Breaker. I mean, taking over for the NXT 2.0 era. Running it up when it was all colorful and shit. Like, a lot of these guys are running the show right now. So shout out to those guys cooking with grease as we speak. But let's look forward to the future, forward to the upcoming new faces that we'll probably see in the upcoming future. Number one on my list is Obafemi. I'm just gonna lay that out there, right there. Obafemi has to go number one on this list because, again, if you hear me speak about him in other episodes on this show here, and just in general, the presentation solid. I mean, he's already made. He's already ready to go wherever you put him. As far as whether you want to put him on Raw, SmackDown, I mean, the ruler is plainly the clearest answer as far as who do you draft first. His matches is real simple, and he doesn't do too much, so you don't really need a long backstory with this one. You bring him on, he runs through everybody, and we immediately understand. Okay, so again, the presentation is clear as far as he's concerned. He is a made WWE powerhouse, if you will. And again, he's already booked like a monster. Looks like somebody who will definitely give the ring general Gunther a run for his money when he arrives in the main event scene. So if I had to pick a show, whether he be good on SmackDown or Raw, of course I got to put him on Netflix, man. Monday nights would have to play host to the ruler, Obafemi. All right. Next on my list, if you were thinking anybody else outside of Mr. Whoop That Trick Williams himself, then I don't know, if you're watching the same show that I'm watching, because Trick has been on one like a mug, okay? Now, Trick Williams got a special place, at least in my fandom, if you will, because he's a former Philadelphia Eagle. You know what I mean? Go Birds and whoop that trick. But again, if you see his run just this past year in NXT and TNA, it's like you can't say that it hasn't been earned. You can't say that Trick is definitely not got the reps in to be able to get on this main roster and hold his own, and if not just that, excel, in WWE. You feel me? They gonna talk about, is Trick the most polished wrestler? I mean, again, he's been there for so long, and he has his own style. He's carved out his own lane, his own niche. And at this point here, if you don't call Trick up, what are we doing with him? Former TNA champion, former multi-time NXT and North American champion. So, with all of that, I say call him on up, bring him up to SmackDown, and let's see how he fares, as far as in the land of SmackDown, because it could go either way. He could easily, on any given night, become any champion in there. So we just got to see what happens, man. But I support Trick Williams because he's got the mad personality. The song, whoop that trick. What? You know what I'm saying? You gotta love it. And also, too, bring Booker T with you. Because, we bring Booker T on SmackDown. It's gonna be too litty bop. All right. Who else we got? All right. Next up is somebody who's been making the rounds as of late. I've been seeing him all over WWE TV, all over the main roster. He's been on SmackDown, Raw, NXT, all over the place. I'm talking about the young OG. I'm talking about Javon Evans. Okay. Now, I'll probably say he is main roster bound, if not this year, before the end of next year. He will be either someone's Intercontinental or United States champion, or hell, make him a world champion. Why not? Youngest in charge. I just feel like with the potential and him being able to reach the younger demographic, because again, he's young himself. I feel like that could be a saving grace. And again, the boy does work. As he says, he is bouncy. So I'm definitely looking to see that Javon Evans either ends up on Raw or SmackDown with a little bit more seasoning and a little bit more time. I feel like it's gonna go down, and Javon is definitely gonna be one of those guys, top of the card, going crazy, having great matches with like the likes of like Dominic Mysterio and everybody else up on the main roster. So I definitely would have to put some stock into Javon Evans. Next up on the list, I'll be remiss if I do not mention my favorite surfer chick turn, not surfer chick turn. I got all the belts now. You know it, you love it. Get your soul snatched by Soul Ruka. I can see her ending up on WWE's main roster fairly soon, because again, she seems like with the reps that she has been getting over in NXT. I mean, listen, she coming off a huge win at Saturday night's main event against Bayley, so the momentum would be present if she was to show up on Raw immediately, putting her in the spotlight. And again, no one, I don't see other women in there doing the things that she's doing in that ring. So I say, Cowabunga, hang 10. Let's get Soruka up on that main roster. Now, as far as I think I might have forgot some other great names who are already on the main roster. I did mention Trick Williams, so I would be remiss if I did not shout out Lash Legend, already on SmackDown, smacking ladies, snatching weaves, and getting busy as she can. So again, shouts out to Lash Legend, already killing it on the main roster. And again, I feel like I can't think of anybody else. I mean, we can possibly call up Tony D'Angelo because he's been in NXT long enough. And I know that he deserves, a fair shake because he's been working hard. A lot of people would say Ethan Page is next in line. And at that point, I could say this, and I'm sure anybody who is a real fan that watches all the stuff can tell you Ethan Page could have been on the main roster when he was in AEW. Let's just call it. He could have been on the main roster long before AEW was existed, because that's how good he is. He knows his role. He knows exactly what he's here to do. And I dare you to find somebody that does exactly what he does better than him. Don't worry. I'll wait. Kill him with a smile. And no, I think that's pretty much it. I think I don't really have anybody else in mind right now. I'm sure somebody else is going to pop up. But if you think about anything or anybody else who could possibly be called up to the main roster, if not this year, the next year, comment below. Who would you put in your NXT draft class? That was fun. I kind of like that. I feel like, we're going to keep doing things just like this moving forward here on What's the Word. And you won't see me as often as you did before, just because, we're just taking things as cool as we can take them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please do not forget to take a listen to all the other episodes available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you get your podcasts at today. Don't forget to follow me personally at Uncle Black 215. That's Uncle Black with 2 C's, no K. Okay. With that, can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. As always, we'll see you guys in the next video. Well, wait. God damn it. Audio podcast. See you guys.